Oh man,
That was nerve-wracking.
Tom Kidd won the first Open held at St. Andrews in 1873. As the first Open held on an 18-hole course, 2 rounds were played. 91 led after 1 round, and we'll see today if I can beat that. The opening tee shot is into a massive fairway, but maybe the most difficult shot I've ever hit given the weight of history. The second goes over, or as I found out, into, the Swilken Burn that cuts across the 1st and 18th fairways and gives the hole its name. After taking my drop, I hit it on the green and 2-putt for an opening double. A good line off the tee is at Cheap's Bunker on the left, named for Sir James Cheap, who bought the links from rabbit farmers in 1821, ending a 20-year legal battle known as the Rabbit Wars. Aim to the white flag on the green, which is the second. The red flag is for the 16th on this first of the old course's many shared greens. White are the flags going out, red are for the holes coming in, except for on 18. The old saying on the old course is that left is best and right is shite. While keeping it left is normally the play, on the 3rd hole it brings the Cartgate bunker most into play. I keep my tee shot right, but I hook my second shot right in front of it. This left me with a daunting chip where I didn't even look at the green. I just didn't want to end up in that bunker. Luckily I got over. The 4th hole, Ginger Beer, poses a question off the tee. Does the golfer go left to safety or right to make the second shot easier? About 50 yards short of the green is what's called the Student's Bunker, which is actually 3 small bunkers that were allegedly once a popular location for university students to go in, well, you know. The first par 5 on the course, hole number 5, requires a tee shot to the left of a pair of bunkers called the Spectacles. From there, the golfer can either lay up or go for the green, but they need to make a choice because there's a deep swale right before the green. I opted for neither and crushed 3 wood that unfortunately I don't have video of into that swale. The green is 100 yards deep and is one of the largest greens on earth. Lucky for me, the pin was at the front and I could knock putter on. The 6th hole, Heathery, is a truly blind tee shot. The play is to go left to avoid a series of bunkers on the right. I hit my tee shot right, and I found out real quick why you want to avoid those bunkers. The line off the tee on number 7 is to hit at the red flag on the green, which is actually for the 11th. The only trouble is right off the tee, where a bunch of gorse comes into play for shorter hitters. I actually lost my drive right, and it looked like it got swallowed up by the gorse, but luckily I bounced past it, leaving a pretty open shot to a green. Make sure to avoid the famous shell bunker, and know that the green slopes pretty hard left to right, so aiming left of the pin is a must. While hole number 8 is called short, it's a bit of a misnomer. Playing 170 from the tips, the wind dictates what type of hole it will be on any given day. Downwind, it could be a short iron. Into the wind, you could be hitting 3-wood. The end of the hour 9 is a short par 4 that can play as a good birdie opportunity to build on as you head in towards the clubhouse. It loses that possibility if you rope hook a drive towards the new course. Trust me. The course guide and my caddy advise a putt from the fairway, or what you can do is blade a wedge against the advice of those in the know and bring a huge number into play. Guess which one I did? You may have noticed the hickory putter I've been using in Scotland. It's a replica of Calamity Jane, which was the putter Bobby Jones used to win the Grand Slam in 1930. He won the Amateur Championship at St. Andrews during the Slam, and had won the Open Championship at the Old Course in 1927. He once said, "I could take out of my life everything except my experiences at St. Andrews, and I would still have a rich, full life." That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get a hole named after you, the way the 10th hole at the Old Course is called Bobby Jones. In 1921, Bobby Jones hit a ball in the hill bunker on the left side of number 11. He couldn't get out and ended up picking his ball up out of the bunker and getting disqualified. After that round, he declared his dislike for the Old Course. St. Andrews media claimed, "Master Bobby is just a boy, and an ordinary boy at that." Well, I didn't want anyone calling me an ordinary boy, so I hit my tee shot so far right, as far away from the hill bunker as I could get. Then I 4-putted for double because that green is over 80 feet deep and straight uphill. The 11th at St. Andrews was the inspiration for the 13th at National Golf Links of America, C.B. McDonald's famous Eden template hole. Like many holes on the Old Course, the 12th is not what it appears. My caddy told me to hit my drive into the rough to avoid numerous hidden bunkers. So, I hit my first and only drive straight down the middle. Luckily, I avoided the bunkers. Again, the approach looks straightforward, but a massive hill in the middle of the green makes an approach shot that comes up short a guaranteed 3-putt. Ask me how I know. At this point, I want to shout out my caddy, Billy. He was fantastic, and if you go to the old course, absolutely get a caddy. Here's a little inside baseball on how we decided where to hit shots.
There's plenty of room left of the pin. You don't move 8 and then pad left of the pin. Lots of room left of that pin, yeah? Oh!
Even though I never hit the ball where Billy tells me to, even though he knows best, he's always there, first person to encourage me when I do hit a good shot.
Keep coming. Chase.
Come on, it's in.
Chase.
Go on,
Chase.
what the fuck?
That'd be the part of the century there.
God, I thought about hitting it a little bit left, and then I just didn't. So.
Great fat dog.
Good
Thanks.
5. Good 5 from the
I'll
wilderness.
take a bogey considering
Yeah,
everything
that was
that
an
happened.
excellent.
14th hole is called Long. Aptly named, this long par 5 is stroke index 1 on the card. The landing area for the drive is known as the Elysian Fields, named for the resting place for the souls of the heroic and the virtuous in Greek mythology. The second shot is pretty wide open, you just have to avoid Hell Bunker. Why? Well, number 1, because it's called Hell Bunker. Oh, and also this. I have to hit out sideways, and by the time my Iliad reaches its merciful conclusion, I realize why this may be the hardest hole on the course. The 15th hole is called Cartgate Inn. The town is starting to come into focus as your trek back to civilization marches on. The aim line is a church steeple. Don't go right. That's been the mantra all day, but starting on 16, it's serious business. People and out of bounds line the right side of this hole, but the fairway only goes right, so you have to hit left into the rough. Jack Nicklaus famously called that fairway strictly for amateurs. And who am I to argue with Jack? "17, the road hole. Need I say more?
I ain't been fucking going anywhere near there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Great shot.
That was a twitchy one, but wasn't it?
For over 500 years, St. Andrews has watched over the game of golf. Archbishop John Hamilton officially gave the townspeople of St. Andrews the right to play the links in 1522. From kings to rabbit farmers, many have tried to take the game from these hallowed grounds, but such efforts have proved unsuccessful. The Society of St. Andrews Golfers, known now as the Royal and Ancient, preserved the game around the world from their perch above the first tee and 18th green since 1754. The grand old man of golf, Old Tom Morris, cultivated St. Andrews into the Mecca that will guide the game forever. 30 Open Championships, multiple Grand Slams, legends, and a history more important than any other. And today, I got to play it. This is the home of golf. This is the Old Course.